Wololo. 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 Okay, let me pour myself a glass of cola to drink. And we are going to work. So, let me tell you a little something. Hippity hop. New Snow White is a financial flop. I'll be real with you. I've just seen the trailer. Just seen the trailer, and that's yeah. Also, I'm slightly better because it's been raining today. Second day of rain, so the allergy is starting to wear off a little bit. Yes, yes. I have to find a name for the artistic universe that we are doing actually, because it starts to be a bit difficult to. I guess what we'll have to do is just going to be sitting down. How's it called? I guess I'll just have to like kind of figure things out around and just do the thing. Mm, um, so I was talking about something. Yeah, the universe. Yeah, yeah. So like we'll have to find a name for it. We'll have to figure out like some more places. I guess we'll be slowly work things out. Mm, Yahoo! Hi Kotaro, Gatavi here, how are you hoping it's going? Is Davis' mouth okay? Yeah, I'm just clicking buttons where the hotkeys for the facial expressions are. I've got, actually, I think I've got a response. Hi Sir Nick, Gatavi here, how are you hoping it's going? One of your streams. Yeah, haven't seen you in a while, if I remember you correctly. Glad you've joined. I was wondering why Davis looked so happy today. Yeah, I'm going to change it really soon. Give me a moment. Wait. Fuck. Not that one. Up. There we go. Hey Eric, got over here. How are you? Hope how's going? Is the happiest I've seen him? Yeah. I have a bunch of different things. A bunch of facial expressions actually. I wanted to switch between them, but it's a bit more difficult to do that. So yeah, almost too happy. Yeah, your mother looked very happy, almost too happy. Yeah. How are you? Doing good, doing good. Just chilling from all the stuff. Give him one thing. I wish we already had more control over meshes. Surprisingly, it has really good control over meshes. Just a lot of people are not necessarily using the control it's giving you. I can't say. But on the other hand, it's not necessarily what you would expect from it anyway. Because it's not the kind of mesh you would want to control. That's why I actually want to make a second version of Davis. where I would just throw him into. I want to add a code that Davis has, and I want to make a. I want to throw him. I want to throw the model into Blender and do some edits because, for example, as you can see, the cut-ins where the armpits are very high, which makes the entire like shoulder area like very thin, which looks really unnatural. Sometimes when you notify the body, the legs kind of look bent out of shape compared to real bodies. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we're going to continue drawing our character. Let me see, because I've got a notification. Oh, okay. Okay. Waitress artwork? She's actually a maid. She's a maid. That's an elf maid that we have. Because we are going to have two characters that are going to be just have just ordinary jobs. Nothing crazy like a, you know, orc barbarian or paladin archangel or anything like that. Just normal everyday jobs. Like she's going to be portrayed like cleaning. The spearman that is also in the team is going to just, you know, probably stand on the guard or something like that, but we are just going to also make them have normal ordinary lives, like going to a bar and etc etc etc. I'm thinking about her being like a noble maid, so like she's a maid for some kind of how's it called, for some kind of rich guy that just have a I wanted to say a waitress, that just have a maid. And that's it. Also sorry folks if I'm still going to sound off. My nose is still stuffy. I'm fighting with it. This is like yet another day of me fighting with it and I'm losing. Unfortunately, the issue is that apparently I've had to get a really strong allergy to this year, which I don't understand because last year I had no issues whatsoever. But yeah. So really sorry if I'm going to make like weird noises and stuff. Really sorry. For those who are new to everything, we are generally just making an artistic universe. What it is? We are designing a bunch of OCs, for which we are going to develop an entire world around, and we are going to make illustrations based off of them. Nothing else, just for... God damn it. Nothing like too ambitious, just something for illustration's sake. Because for those who don't know, I have aphantasia, I can't imagine, so that's my way of coping with it. Give me a second. Okay. Had to take meds for the sniffles, and that's that. Besides everything, I have to say that like here's my goal for tonight, because I'm still kind of struggling with it, because I want to complete book 2. I finished another chunk of C#, so that's a goal. Yesterday I've completed the enumerations. Today I finished the tuples. And tomorrow, since it's also a day off, I'm going to take care of the classes. And that's that. We'll see actually. When I'm having working days, I actually spend most of them, you know, at work, of course, but also later on I'm streaming, and then I'm spending some time with my mom. But I can't really spend much time with her, so yeah. But whenever I can, I actually try to write my book. I'm constantly trying to pursue that. I'm writing still the first book in the series, because here's the thing, here's what I've learned and what I can tell you. Because a lot of people say like, oh yeah, I can write a good book. No, it can't. Because I was trying to use tools to speed up the process, and this is literally like 3rd or 4th time I'm writing it. Let me tell you something, that sucks. Those whatever AI is writing sucks. You can't write a good book. You simply cannot. And I think I would already have the book done if I would be writing it on my own, instead of like trying to figure out how to write it with AI. So I just wasted time. Don't go my way. I recommend working on it on your own. That's like, you have the most control, and the book is built upon the amount of skills that you have. And you don't really need much skills writing a book. Literally everyone can do that from the get-go. You just need to know your language and write in it. I'm writing this in English first. I'm going to probably wait until a certain time. Like, I want to have for each chapter 9 sentences. I'm going to then, because I'm like building it, right? I'm using like building blocks. So you're starting, here's how it went. I've started by 1 sentence describing the entire series, because it is important. You have to determine if the book is in a series or if it's a one-shot. You just have to determine this. So I've started off with with a sentence describing the entire series of the books. Then I've split that into 3. Then I've split that into 9. Then I've merged everything just so I would have a 1 sentence per book, and I have 7 books in the series, and that gives me 7 sentences. Each one of those 7 sentences got split into 3 more sentences, so you can see already like where are we going? We are going from the very obscure and very unsure description, very fast one, into something really detailed. So this is actually how it works, and I do recommend working with that. So now I'm working on the first book, right? I've got the 3 sentences I've had 1 sentence per book, right? So I've expanded it into 3 sentences. Now I've expanded this into 9. Then I've split this into chapters, and I have 7 chapters in my book. And generally, I now have 3 sentences per each chapter, so you can see how it goes, right? And it's not really that slow to do. It actually helps you speed up writing a book really a lot. And that's why I say that I would probably have this book already finished if I wouldn't just sit there trying to play with God knows what. And this is generally how you can really quickly write any story you want. You can even use your you can even write your manga story, you can even write your book, your universe lore. Like genuinely I find it as the best way to write it. And surprisingly, even though how easy it is, even if you are trying to perform that in, you know, while using AI tools, AI is going to have a stroke and it's not going to work, despite how simple this whole thing is. And let me tell you why it's so good, because it's actually lack of idea proof. So genuinely, sometimes when people are writing books and they are writing it, you know, page by page, word by word, so you're just sitting down and writing, it's taking them a lot of time, because, for example, they might not have any idea what's going to happen next in the book. This method actually eliminates that, because you're thinking about the entirety of the book at the same time, so you always know what's going to happen next. So genuinely, how it's going to work is that I'm going to take each of the chapters, I'm going to extend them into 9 sentences. Then I'm going to start expanding those even further and further and further and further. I want to have about 70,000 words, so about 10k words per chapter, so at least that's the planned, right? That's this planned spectrum. That would give me around 290 pages, right? So we would close in light novel, because light novels are up to 300. I want to also illustrate that, but we will see how far we are going to do that. Well, yeah, you know, then making a cover, yada 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 yada. And surprisingly, my tool that I've made actually has it all working out. I can later on just import, or rather export, the entire thing into PDF, and I'm just going to have a PDF of the book, just like that. I don't have to copy and paste it. But the issue is that it's actually going to save it in English. So like chapter is called chapter. In Polish it's rozdział. So if I would want to write the book in Polish, I would have to, you know, I can still use it, but I would have to take to the bank later on the fact that I won't be able to export it into PDF. I would have to copy the entire text, then throw it into some kind of text edit, like a text editor, and that's it. But why it's still good for me, because when I'm writing and I write a name of a character that is in the character profiles, or name of the place that is in the place profiles, I'm going to have it underlined, and I'll be able to quickly access the details for the character and place. So I'm going to probably write it into 9 sentences, and I'm going to spend time and write all of the characters that are going to exist in the book. Same for places, and then I'm going to continue. That's actually more or less the safest way, I've noticed, and actually I've read. This is actually what the it's more or less kind of edited, how's it called, snowflake method. So snowflake method, you know how it looks like, right? You have small point and you're starting to expand around this point. So this is more or less how the snowflake method works. I'm just extending, I've just simplified it even more. So probably I'm going to make a writing session when I'm going to get back from movie night with my mom. We'll see. I also want to work on the project, but again, I'm going to be able to zoom really quickly through the book, and that's going to help me a lot. Hi Skylar, got over here. How are you? Hope it is going. I've seen the the Snow White trailer. No, it's a total financial flop. It on IMDb, because I've checked it. On IMDb, it has 1.4 out of 200k different grades. So you can imagine how bad the movie is. If actually 200k people on IMDb are saying that this movie sucks, then box office is not going to like it. It's not going to have their numbers. I can assure you that the actress is not going to receive new role anymore. I can assure you after this flop, because it is known that actors that played in movies that received very bad grades, they are not getting taken. Where's my kiss? Kisses! What are we drawing? The elf maid that we've been drawing yesterday. I want to finish her. We're zooming. To be fair, if I would make 4-hour streams, I would probably make character per stream. Oh, yeah. Also, the actress of Snow White didn't receive a good PR. I mean, she didn't made for herself a good PR. So that's that. I kind of like the idea that, you know, the dwarves are 100% CGI, but come on. They could be done better. Also, the evil witch was trying to be the evil witch from the previous Snow White movie, which was actually good. Somehow, but it was good. I remember it didn't really receive good grades as much either, but people liked it. I kind of liked it too. I like the design of that witch. She really tried to be that witch, and it didn't really fire for her. I've noticed that I have really bad way of handling items like that, so that's something I have to work out. Hola Muto, glad to be here. How are you? Hoping it's going. But yeah, I have to say I'm kinda raging at first Berserker Chasm, but this is a good rage. I can feel that this is different rage than the one when I was playing the Elden Ring, because the game is actually difficult and I'm having fun. I'm good. How are you doing today? My brain is fried. Oh, Twitch disconnected. So yeah. My brain is fried because I've actually oh no. My brain is fried because I've been learning some C# and I've been struggling for like the entire day on one function that I forgot I could do. Thanks to Zega, I've actually managed to finish the task. So that's that. So now I'm going to learn classes. Apparently one of the more one of the more useful stuff. There we go. That's what I wanted to say, I guess. A lot of things already in the book were talking about classes, and Zega also mentioned that the task I was doing right now could be done with classes, I guess. So yeah. The way you first did it, yeah. Exactly. Because I wanted to do some stuff that like I was really fixated on things. That's what I meant when I say that I have really like a very restrictive tunnel vision. Because when I focus on something, I don't take to the bank other solutions, or at least you learned from it. True. And I've learned that this is actually one of the more useful switch case for many and stuff. So whenever I'm going to make many, most likely I'm going to use that section. Probably. I mean, probably there are way more useful tools for that. Most likely there are. I'm just saying that because I don't know better. This is the brilliance of learning something new. And this is why I prefer to... This is why I say that learning is a bliss, because when you're learning, you can just ponder solutions with things you've learned, but then something new comes up and you're like, oh, that's way better. That works really well. Nice. Right? Like this kind of thing. So yeah. Also, I can't wait to... I've already started my project. I'm going to work on Necronomica, a gacha game that is not going to be typical gacha, but actually a free-to-play game. We'll see in what kind of model that's going to be. I'm thinking about like typical free-to-play, or getting the game on Steam, maybe making it to be bought and then just adding like paid DLCs with like hours of content. We'll see. I don't want to do that though. It's going to be also my first game, and by the rule you shouldn't really add your first game as the profitable, because it's usually not the best, and you're just kind of making your grade as the developer. Like, people are going to look at your nickname and it's like, ah, that's the dude from that game. Sure. I feel like I've done too much detailing here. But it's actually whatever happens in most anime artworks with the maids, so I guess I'm safe. Enter a meme where I'm turning into safe. Yeah, so things that I would have to do are going to be expanding up to 9 sentences for each chapter, so now I have to just write ×3 whatever I have for each chapter in the book. Not really difficult, it's not really going to be that difficult, then probably we'll see. I want to at least today I at least want to make every 9 sentences per chapter plus all of the characters and places in the profile as the profiles. That might be actually a bit long because making the profiles takes a little. But some characters don't really need much attention. Some characters are side characters, so they don't really need much details. We'll see. I'm wondering. So actually, yesterday with my mom, we've watched some. What was it? I don't remember now. Oh yeah, we finished the Hunting in Kentucky too. It was quite specific movie. We've also watched something else, but today we are going to. Oh yeah, we've watched Exorcist. Was it The Believer or something like that? I think it was like a new Exorcist movie with those 2 girls. It was quite nice, I have to say. I have to admit that movie was quite good. I can't say that it's bad, but I can kind of say that still doesn't hold the candle to the original Exorcist movie. I guess it's difficult to, but I guess I'm now looking at it through the glasses of nostalgia when it comes to the movies, when I was still scared of them. Right now, whenever I see a horror movie, I'm mostly actually making fun out of it. Most likely because of the fact that I've been on a bootcamp for horror movies, so I know how to make them. So I kind of learned to find funny things in them. I know how to do a lot of special effects with some some cool characterization stuff for movies, but I don't have latex that I could use it. Well, they're not that good lately. True. I mean, they're still better than Snow White. Come on. 1.4 on IMDb. I haven't seen a movie getting graded so low on IMDb. True, yeah. But this is what's called fuck around and find out. And find out. Not found out. I think I said found out. It's not fundy. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm going to make small change here because I kind of want, like, there we go, something like this happening. I want like more of her breasts to be enwrapped here. Hi Mike. Not that good, plus people boycotting the movie, I see. I mean, the movie is really not that good. But it is Disney, they don't care. No, they do. Do you think why they've actually decided that Rey Skywalker is not part of the canon anymore? They've literally took the trilogy of sequels and say like, nah, it's not the official stuff. Get this shit out of here. Yay, yeah. Like, they actually started to care because, to be fair, they care especially if it's about the money. Exactly. Like, but they casted a black man for Severus Snape. True. This is another mistake that they do. Like, come on, there are characters of, like, this is the thing I see. Like, you can still find a character, well-written character, mind you, of a certain race or a certain believing, right? Like, I don't care about who gets casted at what. I just want it to be correct with what was written, and that Severus Snape is not correct with what was written. Not at all. He was described as a very pale guy. Like, he actually was described as paper white skin, so I don't understand why they even casted a black person to Severus Snape. It's not the role for it. I just don't like remake, true. But here's the thing, the stuff goes even further. You have characters that don't have a skin described. Why not taking those characters and just throw? Like, you don't know, it's not set in books, for example. Maybe that person is Asian, maybe it's black, like, as long as the actor is going to play it well and it's not going to mess things with the canon of the books, like, why not? And you have a bunch of characters described like this. So I just don't understand what they have in their minds. Why so many, like, writers for the movies don't care? Imagine being a black person, then they cast you for a role to virtue signal and you become a token character instead of you playing some more fitting role. But no, new original story is impossible. We have to alter existing popular ones. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is also going to make an imprint on the actor, because it's going to actually affect their future roles. Like, here's the thing, I bet this actor is going to play really good, the best as he'll be able to. But he's going to be discredited. His acting is going to... the grade for his acting is going to be influenced by the movie grade, and the movie grade is going to be lowered because of the mixed up original material used, mixed up reference material. Like, seriously, Hi Skylar. Oh, we are talking about Snow White. Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that Disney decided to say no to the sequels of Star Wars that they've done, and who is going to play the new Severus Snape. Genuinely, I'm just saying that, like, it's also like the actors also should say no to those roles, because they should start thinking about the fact that it's going to make an imprint on them. Nobody's going to look like at you and say like, oh, you played Severus Snape, I know that character, it's from Harry Potter, right? Yeah, no, they're going to see the grade of the movie, what rating it received. They're not going to care how you've played your character. They're going to look what note the movie received. And now look at the Snow White. It got like a 1 point. They will see him as a token character. Yeah, that too. So basically, like, they're going to look at the movie, they're going to see like, oh, that's... The movie had 1.4, 1.7 on IMDb, like very small percentile on Rotten Tomatoes. That movie was a flop, like, and she played in there? She has to be a really bad actress. She played the main role. If the movie was so bad, it had to be because of her. We don't want her as an actress. That's exactly what's going to happen. The Kylo Ren guy would be so good. Snape, true, and everyone says that. Everyone says like Kylo would be way better Snape, and they have contact to him. Why? Why? Like, heck, they could just also just write in a character. They could take like someone skilled enough to write a character into something. Like, that's that, you know? That's straight up that. But they've decided to ruin someone's career. They've decided to just waste money into creating a movie. Do you think why The Witcher like started to actually get worse grades and started to actually lose money? Not because Henry Cavill left, it's because of the reason why Henry Cavill left. And that's something that's actually a lot of people are trying to hide it. And by a lot of people, I mean people who are creating the Witcher series. You know, the movie series, the cinematic universe. Because they were not going according to the reference material, and that's actually Henry Cavill decided to drop that project. Because he didn't want to participate in something that is not true, that it's not true. What the fuck was the Triscas there too? Yeah, exactly. Isn't she actually the same as Snow White? Let me check. Who was actress for Tris? Anna Schaffer, okay, so we have Anna Schaffer, and Snow White cast. Nah, that's Rachel Ziegler. I don't know why, but they've kind of looked very similarly in my brain. Okay. So now let's take like a graphite black. Let's color her thingy majig. They look like... Never mind. This is just battle around, yeah. To be fair, if I would be given more a lot of time, I would, because I would do it alone. If I would be given a lot of time, just enough to work properly alone on that, I would make better CGI for the dwarfs. Straight up. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do today too. I wanted to make the logos for the portfolio, start making them. I guess I'm going to watch movies with my mom and I'm going to make the logos. It's not going to take long. It's just for snacks, for the cafe and the clothing. I'm going to go with the Angstrom anyway. I don't care that there is a company for that. That there's already a company like named with like this. You can actually see companies have the same name over the case of some time. What did I just say? Never mind. Anyway, well, yeah, you can see that some companies literally have the same thing. Have the same names. Of course, you have like well-known brands, and those have like... Those are going to watch out, but for example here we have like 4 different dahab kebabs. They are literally different like companies, different branches, but they are named the same. Your own clothing? I might, but we will see. I want to have something for portfolio at first. Maybe when I'm going to have it, I'm going to try to find like a nice, you know, print per order company, and I would just, you know, try to make my own clothing. But we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to open a store. It would be cool, a passive income and portfolio. Like, hey, look, do you see this design of the shirt? I've made it and it sells. That's like ultimate flex on portfolio, especially on the graphic design. Probably on every portfolio, that is, even programming. Like, hey, do you see that? It earned this company that much, or something like that. After all, this is actually how, like, you are making your first portfolio. This is supposed to be like the entry-level portfolio. You shouldn't really have much done, right? But the thing is that if you're capable to give your portfolio and there's like already crazy stuff, then you're becoming a value for art companies. Because that means that you're going to bring clients too. And that's what the art companies are fighting for. So let's say if I would be able to, I don't know, create another account making like a good dollar off of the commissions, like logos and stuff, and I would apply and like, hey, look, this logo for that company, this logo for this company, etc. I'm a freelance artist, but I want to work for you. They're going to sit down and like, yeah, now we are getting that guy because he already have connections with some clients. Because usually when you have when you've made a good impression on your client, they're going to come back. They always come back. At least on like logo making side, like brand making side, right? Because they are not going to change the style, because new artist means they'll have to make a new brand from the scratch. When they have already a artist, they try to settle with that artist for as long as possible. If the artist says like, yeah, no, I'm not working anymore, that's when they are diving for a new artist. Of course, they are going to try and get, you know, still reuse what they have, but it'll still take them a whole rebranding, because each artist is going to do stuff differently. Just a fun fact behind the scenes of the art world, if someone was wondering how it looks like. That's why it's stressful, because you don't want to lose clients. If you lose clients, that means something goes wrong. If the client comes back, that means you've done something good. But the portfolio, you know, portfolio is everything. That's why I want to make it. Finally, with 100% of my skills. Until I still have that, you know, until I'm still out of depression, right? It's not like I'm out of it, but I'm keeping a good track on it. That's good, yeah. So until I'm in my like, yeah, let's actually, I'm burning with the creative fire of with a power of 1,000 cute head tilts. Thank you. That's a first one, first time I hear that. Usually people make fun out of my head tilts. But yeah, there's a lot of taken to the bank for it. You are just hashtag cuteness overload. Yeah, low over. It's okay. I've read it as an overload anyway. But yeah, I have to say I'm on a creative hype, so I need to speedrun this shit. Tomorrow probably I'm going to spend rest of the day, like entire day, on working on the portfolio stuff. So there's going to be a lot of it. So I have to make a portfolio with a that's going to be a vector. That's going to be a paint backhoe, but manageable. I have vector stuff. Say, have you seen my selfies on my community tab? No. I can check them if you want me to do so. To gravitate towards elves the most. Personally, I don't know why is it like that. I just draw a lot of elves. Just recently, before it was like it wasn't like that. I was drawing a huge variety, but we have a bunch of elves. I think this is like There's going to be one more elf, I think, in the teams, and we're going to have like 11, like 10 characters actually that are that won't be elves. So we'll have a variety of characters anyway. That's good that I've actually randomized them. That's good, because if I would have to sit down and now come up with ideas for the characters, I would just draw elves. Just posted a new selfie. Okay, let me check then. Because you seem to really want me to check. Hey! So cool. First impressions? I was thinking of drawing a little dev biting your... Actually, Moto, you can add it. If you want to, I would love it. First impressions? I have to say, really... really cute photos. Why, thank you. Okay. So basically, the facial expression of her is like, imagine she did nothing. Like, for example, she just brought a food from the cook, and she's getting told off by the kids of the noble that the food is not tasty enough, and like she's getting told off because of it, and she knows those are just kids and they don't really have much power. Does elf maid work for Princess Winter? No. No. She's working for some... Yeah, she's working for some noble at the capital, probably. I've gotta say... I appreciate your honesty about my selfies, by the way. Don't worry. I'm always trying to be. I mean, I was afraid you'd think I was like, no. Don't think like that. Okay. And we are pushing forward with the coloring. After finishing the coloring, we can right away start shading. I want to give her dark green eyes. There we go. Actually brighter. Wait, I need to push that one up. Yep. What hair color? I guess black. Again, they're just going to be very ordinary characters. I should be finished drawing by but now I want to draw Lil Davis. Draw whatever you want. At any time, if you feel like you want to shift from something, go ahead. I should be finished. Hi Tata, Gata here, how are you? Hope it's going? Long time no see, how have you been? Remember me? I'm the Brazilian girl. I don't remember you. It's been a while since I've seen you though. How have you been? Yeah, I do remember you. I do remember you. I'm studying more English. Hey, that's so cool. I don't think black hair works. Yeah, same. How about ginger elf? Yeah, that works. That works nicely. Brown or blonde, maybe. That's like a... Actually, it's not really a ginger, but like very bright brown. So it's kind of between. Piskuszave or Deseno. Ah. Are you catcalling me right now? I think I would need a brighter shade for her dress too. Yeah. Yellow hair, kinda. Okay. I was thinking about more like bluish. Yeah, that's actually better. Now the bow. I think the bow would look good. It adds like a difference, you know? It adds a contrast. This looks like a lol. It's a smile. Oh, I see. So it's like laughing. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. I think I've seen... Because there's like a map how different countries laugh. And I think I've seen like Brazilian laughing like on the thing. Oh, kind of like ha ha ha. Yeah, exactly. And Chinese are laughing like 2 3 3 3 3 3. Like they write like this. That's their laugh. So yeah. I got you now. I got you. I think I'm going to take to end today though. 1 hour after. I know I'm slowly going through stuff, but I really have a lot of things that I want to do during the thing. WK. Which one was it? WK? I know there was one. I know that there was a country using WK as a laugh. Indonesians. There we go. Indonesia is using WK as a laugh. But yeah, I guess I'm going to... Yep. I guess I'm going to wrap up. I'm sorry that it was so short, but again, I have some stuff that I want to still do today. The portfolio, the book. I don't really have to go to sleep today. I'm going to sleep tomorrow. Next to D. Davis, the baby Davis next to D. Davis, yeah. It's a plushie. Right here. Right? Yeah. Over here, I'm pointing with my head. This is a plushie. That little guy. What are you saying up there? He's cute. Yeah. The plushie Davis is cute. It was made by Muto. So yeah, folks. Thanks Zaka for being active chat on Twitch as always. Thanks Kotaro, Sir Nick, Eric, Skylar, Muto. Patish whipping with my hairs. Thanks Astric and thanks Tata for being active chat on YouTube, and as always folks, stay creative and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care.